holiday if you're in Canada, and if you're not, hopefully you're getting an opportunity to take a moment here. All right, so my name is Robin. If you're new to me, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. One of the things that we offer here often is card readings. However, I do lots of other things. If you want to follow me also underneath TikTok, that is where I've been doing more live readings. So again, we do different types of healing modalities. I am dabbling now into psychic mediumship work, which is fabulous. So I'm opening that up to more people. So if you ever want to jump into that platform, you're going to see underneath my profile my live readings. And so tomorrow we're going to be coming on at 11 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time. So I'd love to see you there. And again, you're going to see that underneath my Horseman Readings profile. Okay, so I'll stick my information here below, and you can find any of my upcoming like workshops, classes, as well my link to my membership group, and again, anything that I feel like will be valuable for you guys. I'm doing free readings here, so feel free to come on in. I would love to hear what your question is. And again, thanks so much for just being here with us on this channel. All right, let's ground. Take a couple deep breaths. I've been doing a lot more than I've ever been doing in terms of providing videos for people, and now I'm doing question. Hello, Monica. I've been doing question reading, so if you ever want to focus on questions that you have, you can now get a reading for $20 Canadian. You can ask 2 questions. I'll go into your Akashic Records, and for 15 minutes I will answer these questions for you and just see what comes up past, present, and future, which I think will give you a lot of information for an inexpensive price. And then I also created a 3 opportunity as well for $30. So again, that'll get sent over to your email. It makes it really easy for people when you have a busy lifestyle. All right, so would you like a message, Monica? I was told to come on here at 4:30 my time, so this is why I'm hopping on here. I'm getting a lot of tension automatically in the back as well. So for people that don't know, I feel energy in my actual body. I'm clairsentient, which means I feel. So if you're an empath and you feel in your body, this means you are also clairsentient, you're a feeler. And it's important, I feel like, to also understand your clair. So if you're questioning what is a clair, in my membership group as well, underneath my VIP, we also recently did a class discussing more about the clairs. Okay, so we can kind of dissect them a little bit better. We do more exercises around, okay, now let's all listen and see and feel. So if we can distinguish which ones we're using, that will be helpful. Okay, I feel like that's coming up for some reason. So again, I'm here to do free angel card readings. Hop on in. Thank you so much for my new subscribers as well, Monica. I know that you're new here. We found each other underneath TikTok, and you also do healing as well, which is fabulous. And we're supposed to get together to do a mediumship exchange, which I think will be really lovely. I am really taking my time in terms of my mediumship because I'm finding even just doing like one quick little mediumship reading a day, so feel free to come on here and ask a mediumship question. I'm finding that really helpful. So it's really nice to, where I'm also getting training, like listen to some of the trainings, hop in some of my classes, hop in with doing some of the TikTok readings, and listening to other mediums, stuff like that can be really helpful. Yes, I met with my mentor yesterday. She gave me great tips. Wonderful. So feel free to share them. I'd love to hear. Um, so I don't see anybody. I think maybe Monica's asking. So I'm gonna go towards the awakening card, okay? And Cheryl. Okay, so it doesn't really matter who's asking. We're all gonna get messages when we're doing general readings anyway. So just trust that you're getting the card that you're meant to in this moment. This morning when we did our AM ritual talk underneath TikTok, that was kind of coming up to listen a bit more inward towards collective energy as well, trusting that our energy is not separate from other people. However, is also important to separate our energy from other people. So it's a strange concept how we can all mirror each other so well, but we can also feel each other's energies as we're talking about being clairsentient, so to be more mindful of that. So I actually just stuck a cord cutting exercise in most of my social media so that people can rewatch that one on the everyday if you just feel like you need something to guide you through that. Okay. So the awakening card here is saying that there is some self-doubt coming up for some people. So with the full moon energy that we just had, it was kind of intense. So it makes sense why we might feel like we're pulling inward a tiny bit more. So if you're feeling like you need more laughter, you need more joy, it's also can be found within yourself. It doesn't always have to be like, I want this person to make me happy or I want that person to make me happy. It can be literally that we can make ourselves happy. And I think sometimes we forget that happiness comes from an inward space as well. And obviously, when we want to laugh, it's hard to sometimes like make a joke with ourselves. Although it happens to me a lot, it's still kind of like, and it could be entertainment that we choose to watch alone. And maybe you find me funny sometimes. I can be quite goofy. So it's just simple things like that that we can still find our own entertainment. And for some reason, this is coming up because, yeah, when we're sorting our stuff out, it is good to, yeah, to find that joy within, because we need both of that. We go through stages, right, where we're getting it from external, then we're getting it from internal. But that's what's kind of coming up is to remind ourselves that we need to pull inward and do that, and that we can get that for anyone that isn't aware of that, because maybe you're searching for things externally for happiness as well. So, all right, Cheryl, if we go into more of you, but again, Monica and Cheryl are obviously sharing energy here in this space. I'm going towards the wheel first, okay? And again, this is still a representation where we're sharing energy as collective messages. We've got a lot of, I'm hearing there's some stipulations, and so there might be something, again, this hesitancy of I need to pull back, I need to pull back. And I can't help but feel that that's because we're just going through something right now where we need to process. It's just like, I just need to go inward to process. So if you're contemplating what makes you happy, what brings you joy, if there's something within yourself where you're still kind of figuring that out, feel free to explore that. Explore like my videos, explore other people's healing, go through like what you're attracted to get to those kind of aha moments. That's what's coming through. And I'm also feeling like it's okay to need an outlet too. Um, like when we're doing all this work, that's when it's like, oh, I've figured out what I needed to. Now I'm gonna reach for my outlet. So that's where like getting a little reading, I would get if it's either of you guys get a 2-question reading upon what you're having an aha epiphany on, and then you'll be like, ooh, yes, I can do something with this. So it's taking advantage of the idea of brainstorming. However, we still need to make sure that we're coming up with those conclusions on our own as well. So that beautiful combination of needing others and then needing ourselves. And when we can bring that together, we're going to find a lot more peace and happiness and joy. And it's weird, there's just a little fly flying around here, but it kind of looked like a little orb. And I don't know about you guys, if you guys have been connecting to more spiritual energy in the sky lately, but I certainly have. And I've been hearing a lot about things that'll be coming up energetically this week. And it seems intense, and it seems attached to electronics, and it also seems attached to the sun and a lot of things that are going on in the environment. And so I'm going to be investigating more about what this means because now I'm kind of like starting to feel, ooh, I think whatever people are saying, like they're on top of something, and I just don't know what it is yet because I haven't taken the time for myself to kind of figure out what this is. But I'll be discussing this more, and I think I've been preparing people for this as well in terms of like coming on and talking about AM routines, AM rituals, gratitude, grounding, and now I feel like as I'm also my next kind of programs or chapters a little bit more future, the 11th and 12th of October are more forgiveness and energy practices. I can't help but feel like there's going to be some things that are going to happen that are going to have to force people to come into that forgiveness or those energy practices to kind of sort out the balancing of whatever heaviness they're then going through as a result of that. So Libra season is going to be interesting. There are eclipses coming up as well. Do you do mediumship development circles? I'm going. I'm doing one this Saturday. It helps you get used to a platform. We definitely get together and exchange knowledge and practice. Okay. Yeah, so maybe we can just message each other. Monica, I do have your contact now. So either you connect with me or I'll connect with you. But yes, if there's something I can hop into, I would love that. Um, so yeah, like so this the way that I'm just getting out of a psychic mediumship kind of circle, I would call it, but it's more just he hops on. I messaged you my info, yes. So I do have that contact information. So I will have to message you that way. Or if there's something you can, yeah, connect me to, we will do that. But yeah, Sean Leonard is a psychic medium. He's an indigenous man who really discusses the way that his culture works, and he's on the APTN network in Canada. And I don't know if you guys have that in other places, but he discusses the very, very basic principles of like meditation, prayer, that sort of thing. And then you go through, like his information. And it really connects you to people on Facebook, basically, where he goes on and discusses the modules. However, it's not really interactive, and I just feel like it's a lot of people, so that's something I'm stepping away from. However, I felt like at the beginning I needed to be in that energetic space, so I guess I have been attached to the circle, however, not enough that it's felt like I've been given that opportunity. But I am in another group, and so sometimes online can be interesting, right? I am in another group where every so often they hop in and they do more interactive classes. Yes, smoke detector and light, Cheryl says. Yeah, so a lot of activity. I have been feeling that lately as well, but it seems like for me outdoors, there's been just more stuff to do with lights and that sort of thing and energy. I'll send you some good links on TikTok. Okay, I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, because it's a whole different world, right? So, yeah, so I mean, in my group settings, it's kind of like on and off, and you know, bigger groups, and not a lot of that like one-on-one attention. And so that's why I'm starting to just, apply what I feel that I need, and I kind of play with it myself as I go, but I feel like it's that press the gas and stop the gas kind of thing. It's like when you feel like you need to go in and then you need to go out, as we were just talking about inward versus outward. That's kind of where I'm at on my journey. But yes, for sure, like people that are like-minded, so important. That's what my entire membership group is all about, is we actually get to listen to the programs that I teach, and then you have other like-minded people in that. But then what happens is you don't get to interact, you just get to listen. However, that's great for people that want to listen. But then when I go and I do like a new class, like on October 11th, I have my forgiveness class. It's 55 Canadian. So we're going to do anything that comes up in that essentially circle, and then we record it for our members. They get to listen. But people that want to interact, that need that, it's great, and you get more one-on-one attention. And then the next day we're doing for $11 only. It's an energy practice where we're going to focus more in on how to get our kind of zen back, and whatever kind of comes through in that space. So I do kind of create structure, but at the same time I want it to be a little bit of mentorship and coaching, and I know it's going to benefit other people that want to take advantage of that, and then they pay the monthly fee, which is great. So, yes, for sure, me too. Yeah, and I think mediumship is something where we don't want to feel like we're getting overwhelmed by something that's so beautiful. I have studied with Sean for years. Yeah. So exactly. So me too, Cheryl. So you're in the same group. So it's interesting that that's coming out. So I'm just finally stepping away from that. Um, but I feel like it was more about being associated or affiliated with other people, again, that were just like-minded. It's just I feel like I got what I needed from that space now, which is great. And so I'll continue to seek more practice and mentorship, and that's kind of how I work. I get what I need, and then I move on, but I can always like go back to things that I need when I need it too, right? And so think sometimes that's how we can move through energy. Make sense? Yeah, so I practiced then back off for a while. It takes so much out of you. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me with mediumship has been personally my own fear. And a big reason is because it feels like it holds so much weight when we're dealing with people who have lost loved ones. And so I came in with my heels on, kicking, that sort of thing, when I finished my Reiki training, which was like 10 years ago, which is when I realized, like, I always knew I had this, I guess, ability, but my mediumship or my Reiki training opened up my mediumship, and I was just like fire. I'm like, yeah, I got this. But I didn't have the training to back it up. And then I thought, oh my goodness, I need to be. So nobody was saying anything negative, but it was just this aha moment of like, we need training. We need to understand the way that this properly works when we're like, working with loved ones who have passed over. It just feels like that it makes sense. And same thing, working for me with tarot as well has been an interesting journey because same concept, like touch and go. It's just like, oh, this is so powerful that I want to really make sure that I'm respecting what I'm doing so that I can truly help other people and help myself at the same time. So I think the biggest thing for me has been that I choose to make my journey a combination of my own and other people's. So we're always sharing the energy of wherever I am. So anything that I go to say, I have to do myself. So if I'm not there yet, I've got to make sure, okay, we're doing these things too. So you're right. For me, it's the time consuming portion of things. I've invested so much financially, but now it's more like, okay, I really have to spend the time on these practices and all the things that come with it and the processing as well because I'm with you guys. We're all on this journey together, right? So we only have one life to live. However, theta healing has been such a blessing for me because that's like this sped up roller coaster of like clearing energy and moving forward like automatically. And so thankfully I've got that as a tool that's really kind of rebooted my system on the regular. Yeah, so Nine of Fire, Strength. That's definitely been coming up. You guys might want to watch my talk that I did this morning as well. I posted that here underneath YouTube. So, nine representing that energy of, yeah, desiring whatever it is that you want, manifesting whatever it is that you want. But as we said, we need that energy to back it up. We've got to believe in our own powers. We need to believe in our own prayers. And we've got to follow through with our intuition all at the same time. I do need more one on one, Cheryl. Yes. Oh, it's just so important. And so we need all of the things, right? As I said, we need to step into the light and build the courage, but then there are other times where we need to reflect. And knowing that difference is honestly the most powerful healing journey you'll ever have if you can really understand that concept, I feel. So, yeah, so this is kind of what this is talking about is like really listening inward at the same time as manifesting. So, if I'm right now we're manifesting, I guess, our home. Feel free to share, guys. What are you manifesting? What are you bringing in right now? So, my husband and I are on this huge journey right now where, there's a lot of unknown factors but we're following our dreams. We're like, yes, we're doing the thing. We've been manifesting this with the new moon over and over. Like, we're on the same page. It's so exciting. It's such a beautiful gift that we get to have. However, it's like, but it's not built yet. And we sold our house. And so here are all these in between factors. We were manifesting selling the house. We were manifesting abundance. We were manifesting the property, the things on the property, which is great. However, there's pitfalls. So, how we choose to navigate the ups and downs, we can also work on how can we manifest like smaller things to help us with those. I guess I'm going to say pitfalls. How can we turn those pitfalls into breakthroughs, right? So I'm kind of getting the energy of micromanaging. It's learning how to kind of take care of those little things as well as the bigger things. And so that's where making our goals more attainable can be really helpful in understanding our own timelines. That's why I think being able to go into your Akashic records can be helpful as well. So we can seek more guidance within ourselves and start looking into the future. And of course, doing more of the dream work and understanding like our own premonitions and things like that. For some reason, that's what I'm getting. So I see someone new hopping on. Would you like a card while we're here? I just felt like I was called to come on and do some free readings for you guys. Tomorrow I will be underneath TikTok at 11 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time, and I haven't tuned into what we're going to be doing there yet, but if you're a subscriber, you always get that one-on-one attention, which is nice, aka you always get like a reading or something like that. So all right, I don't see anybody asking. I guess I'll take off. I did my daily reading for tomorrow already. If you don't see it under videos, you'll see it under shorts, just so you know, if you're not overly techy. You'll see them under one or the other. Sometimes I'm slow to get things underneath my playlist, so just check out, like, fart around a little bit. You'll see things there, and same thing under Instagram. Some things I have, some things I don't. You'll just kind of find it here, there, and everywhere. Facebook, same thing. I do lots of lives. You won't see it coming up underneath YouTube. So if you're on all my platforms, it's a good thing. However, YouTube, I feel like is the best place to actually sit and watch the videos, and I do my best to get everything that I feel is important for anyone to know here. All right, guys. So thanks so much for being here. I don't see anyone asking, so bye bye.